In this lesson, we're going to be learning about graphing linear functions. These are our objectives. So for example, we're asked to graph the linear function f of x is equal to 3/4 x plus 3. Notice that this is written in function notation. Any linear equation that describes a function can be written using function notation. All we have to do is first solve for y and then put an f of x in place for y. To graph this one, we're going to use a table of values. So we're going to let x equal 4 so we can get rid of that denominator. We're going to eliminate the fraction. So we're going to find f of 4 by placing a 4 in for x. That's going to leave us 3 plus 3, which is 6. So one solution is 4, 6. This time we're going to use a 0 so we can again eliminate the fraction. When we find f of 0, our solution is going to be 3. So our ordered pair, 0, 3. And then for our third solution, we're going to use a negative 4. So we're going to find f of negative 4 and substitute a negative 4 in for x. So our third solution is negative 4, 0. Now that we have three solutions, we can plot them on our graph and then draw a line that connects all 3 points. Notice this one. It doesn't matter what we put in for x, it's going to give us the same answer. So notice when we substitute in a negative 2, we get out a negative 2. This is called an identity function. It steps up one at a time because x and y will have the same value. We've discussed intercepts before, and you can find this information also on page 147 in your text. It's where the graph crosses the axes. So since all points on the x-axis have a y-coordinate of 0, to find the x-intercept, let y equal 0 and solve for x. So we've done this in previous lessons. So we're going to let x be 0 and then solve for y. So our y-intercept will be 0, negative 4/3. Now let's find the x-intercept by substituting a 0 in for y. We're going to solve for x. And that means x is going to be 4, so our x-intercept is 4, 0, the xy, 4, 0. So we found the x and y intercept. We can plot those 2 points, but we still should find a third solution just to check our computation. So this time let's let y equal 1. Substitute a 1 in for y. So x is equal to 7. So our third solution is 7, 1. And let's graph all 3 of those and draw a line through them. Something I've noticed a lot of my students fail to put the arrows on each end of their lines. This continues on in both directions, so it'll be incorrect if you show that it ends at one of these points. So make sure you put the arrows showing, indicating that it continues on. Graphing horizontal lines. Y is equal to 3. In your textbook on page 150, you'll find more information about graphing horizontal and vertical lines if you'd like to add that into your notes. But what this means is there is no x-intercept. So it doesn't matter what value you give for x, y is always going to be 3. So it's just going to be a horizontal line at 3. So you go count up to 3 on the y, and it's a horizontal line across. Now a vertical line, doesn't matter what value you give for y, x is always going to be 3, negative 3, I'm sorry. There is no y-intercept. So when you graph this one, it says x is equal to negative 3, so you go over to negative 3 and you've got a vertical line at negative 3. There will be no y-intercept. And this is the information that you find on page 150 about horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, looks like you're ready to begin practice on your own.